So just taking our time as we come and find our comfortable lying down position. And whatever that may be, it's having the chin tucked in just so the back of the neck is long. And just settling into the mat here. Just feeling where the body is supported by the earth. Settling down. And as we begin to tune in to our breaths, just observing the rhythm, the movements that each breath makes, and the subtle sound of each breath as well. And with time, just observing as that breath just naturally lengthens, slowing and stilling. That calmness just taking over the body. Just allowing the mind to empty, thoughts drifting away. And then, when it feels right, we'll just allow the head to roll from side to side. It's gently stretching around the neck. And when we've worked evenly, it's bringing the head back to center and stillness. As we bring the palms face down by our sides, ready to work with the breath. As we inhale, reaching these palms up and over. Not holding, just exhaling them back down by the sides. Twice more. Now inhale and reach. And that exhale down. Third one to your breath. We've had these three. We're just going to inhale up and over again. But just leaving the arms here, just for that gentle stretch out. And if you like, just flexing the toes away, just feeling that stretch across the front of the body. Just feeling that lift in the chest as well. And then in time, to your exhale, just bringing those palms back down by the sides. And we can just inhale, hugging the knees in towards the chest. With the shoulders dropped. Maybe you want to rock from side to side, just massaging around this lower spine. Easing around. And once we've worked evenly again, coming back to center. As we inhale, the arms out to shoulder height, palms facing up, and the soles of the feet on the floor. It doesn't matter if these soles are wide or far apart. And then we can just rock these knees side to side. Just letting that momentum build. And if it comes to that the knees land on the floor on any side, just leave them here for a few breaths. And a nice gentle twist. As we observe the breath in this open lung, and just that releasing into the twist. Let's go to the other side. Inhale to center as we exhale over. Just observing the difference on this side. Letting the body give in here. And again, inhale up to center, and then let's hug these thighs into the chest. Either to rock ourselves up to sit, or coming any other way that we want. So taking your time as we come up to our comfortable seated position, using any props that we want, as we find this spine long and light, the shoulders drop, this chin tucked in just to the back of the neck is long, and just settling down here. Each inhale, as if we're breathing in taller out of the hips. As we exhale, just rooting down through the sit bones. And when we're ready, inhale, just reaching, stretching up as we bring the palms together. Exhaling everything back, heart center. Once more, this time making it a side stretch. So that inhale, reaching up. Exhale to wherever the bottom hand lands. That reaching of the top arm, just stretching into this side. Letting that body give in. And on the inhale, let's lift with the core as we come back up. Exhaling to the second side. Wherever the bottom hand is, this reach of the top arm. It's feeling the stretch on this side. And again, inhale that lift, palms together. Exhaling it all back, heart center, shoulders dropping. And then from here, we'll work into these sides. So let's send these legs out wide. Now, whether it's super wide or they're closer in is your choice. The spine nice and straight. Let's flick those toes up so the back of the legs are active. And again, inhale this, reaching up, palms together. On the exhale, down the middle. So whether you're holding the hand, the feet, the floor, whatever is comfortable, Just letting this head hang. If those knees need to bend, let that happen. With each inhale, it's finding this length in the spine. And that exhale, that gentle release. Now, we're going to make it our side stretch. So we're going to exhale over to any leg. Now, whether you hold the toes, the leg, or the floor is your choice. With the inside hand, we're going to inhale, so we're scooping it up, opening these hips to the side, arm in the air. As it exhales, reaches over, excellent. As if those top fingers are reaching towards the toes. That release with each exhale. Now, we're coming out the same way we went in. Let's inhale this top arm up. Exhale, scooping it back. Inhaling to center. Exhaling other side. Whether we're holding toes, the foot, or the floor. And this inhale, scooping that arm up. That's it. Exhale, that reaching over. Lovely. Letting the body give in. And again, coming out as we inhale it up. Exhale, scooping down. Inhale to center, just folding nicely. And our next inhale, let's just uncurl. Back up, nice and tall, lovely. We can work our way through to all fours. So whether we're crossing the ankles to roll over them or any other way that you wish. Sorry, all four is a bit of a funny one tonight. I fell on my leg, so it's very sore. Now, whether we're on fists or palms is your choice. And then let's work in cat. So this inhale, as we scoop up. And the exhale, as we scoop to look down or through the legs. Breath by breath. It's working with you. Whatever feels right. Oh, that's better. Just feeling into each vertebrae of the spine. As we compress the discs and make space. And when we feel we've worked evenly, the exhale, scooping down as normal. But let's sink it back into our child. Melting that chest and head to the mat. Remembering to adjust so it's nice and comfortable for you. Just feeling the body settling to the mat. Release and relax as we observe the breath. Now, if we like, we can inhale as we lift the palms up onto the fingertips. You might just feel that chest and head, the upper stretch across the upper back. The chest and head still melting to the mat. You can keep the palms up on the fingertips, or lower them at any point if you prefer. And the next breath or two, let's think about inhaling up. Slowly back to our all fours to get ready to come into dog. And we'll take our dog slowly, so tucking the toes under here. As we exhale, sinking those hips back to the heels, sneaking a stretch in the feet. And then slowly inhale as we power through the legs. Lifting the hips up to the sky, sinking that chest and head through. It's doing what feels right. Maybe it's a walk from foot to foot. Now you just want to enjoy the stillness. We're still here. The next breath or two, let's just think about exhaling slowly back down to our all fours. As we untuck these toes, checking the spine is still lifted. Now remember, if you're on the palms and they're getting a bit achy, just come onto the fists. Well, let's work into a lunge. So to begin, let's inhale, send one leg back, tucking those toes. Just allowing that heel to drift back. And on our next inhale, can we circle this leg out in line with the hips? Leaving it here for a breath or two. It's finding this lift in the chest. Stretch across this leg. And then, can we bring it into our lunge as we walk it in. So with the foot set in its position. Let's inhale as we scoop through on an exhale. That's it. Now we probably need to adjust this knee and ankle. Just have them nice and straight. Now we have the option if we want. We can keep the back knee on the floor. Or if you want, lengthen the leg. Just finding your lunge, and we're holding this for several breaths. Releasing into these hips and thighs. Most of the weight on the feet, the hands are really just for balance. As we find that spine nice and long. Just that releasing down with each exhale. And then, let's make it a twist. So planting the opposite palm of the front foot. As we inhale, opening up over this thigh. looking up if you're balanced. As we exhale, just lowering this back down. As we drop that back knee. Let's just inhale, walking these hips back, roughly in line with the back knee. That'll allow us to straighten the front leg. Can we inhale, flick those toes up? And we should have a strong stretch across the back of this leg. If the knee needs to bend, let it happen. So inhale, trying to find length in the spine. If you feel you want to deepen it, maybe you don't. You can exhale, tipping forward a bit, but keeping that spine lengthened. That release with each exhale. And then inhale as we come out of it, just making enough room to swing this leg back. Back to our all fours. Oh, I'm not going to have room. Just have a little wiggle off of those hips if you like. Ow. Just for making a figure of 8, and we probably feel a bit imbalanced just now. So let's even all this up. Inhales, tucking the other toes in. Just allowing that back heel to drift back. And when we're ready, inhale, sending this leg out in line with the hips. We leave it here for a breath or two. When we're ready, just inhale, walking this one through to our lunge. So when it's in position, so we inhale, finding a little length in the spine. Exhale, scooping this weight forward. That's it. Probably needing to adjust this front ankle and knee. Most of the weight on the feet, the hands are just for balance. And if we want, we can lengthen the back leg, or maybe you want to keep it on the floor. Up to you. Now we held this for a while last time, so we'll do it the same here. And then let's make our twist. So planting that opposite palm. So we inhale, opening up over the thigh. We look up if we're balanced. So we exhale again, lowering this palm down. Dropping that back knee and tucking those toes. Inhaling these hips roughly in line with this back knee. So we can wiggle this front leg forward. The leg doesn't have to be straight, but maybe. Can we inhale, flicking those toes up? And then let's begin to lengthen this spine. If you want, this is a maybe, exhaling over the leg a little more. Or just finding the release if you're staying where you are. And then let's come out. Maybe it's walking forward to make enough room to come back to our all fours. Again, maybe that wiggle around the hips. Lovely. And then from here, we're going to come on to our fronts. But we're not coming there quite yet. We're going to come into a plank, but an elbow plank tonight. So when we're ready, just lower the palms down. Now we want these elbows up below the shoulders. And then, can we step these legs back? Now if you want to keep the knees on the floor, you can. Elbow plank's a lot harder than normal plank. When we're ready, let's just exhale. Onto the mat. You can just take a hold of these elbows, just resting the forehead on them. Letting that body just settle into the mat. Again, just tuning into the breath. Settling down here. And then, let's get ready to work in Cobra. Just bring these palms in line with the chest, pointing the elbows back. As we inhale, powering through the palms, lifting up, whether it's high or low. As we exhale, tensing the buttocks, peeling the spine down. Twice more here. Inhale and lift. Exhale, peeling down. Lovely. Now when we've had these three, you can just bring these elbows back together, resting the forehead on it, the forearm if you like. And we're going to work it into the legs. You can keep the forehead resting on the arm, we'll talk you through it. When you're ready, with one leg only, inhale, just lifting it up. Not holding, just exhaling it back down. Other leg. Inhale and lift. And exhale down. Once more each leg. Inhale and lift, that leg lengthening. Exhaling down. Second side. Now once we've exhaled down, just leaving it here. Just taking a brief moment of pause. And now we're going to move it into the arms. So we can keep a hold of each of the elbows. When we're ready, inhale and lift with the arms, not the legs. And exhale. Do we want to do one more? Let's go for it. And when we've done that, take that brief moment of pause again. And then let's get ready So we're going to lift ourselves up to stand via cobra, then dog, and forward fold. So if we're coming straight from our cobra, tucking the toes in, just inhale as we lift up. Now, this part is optional. Maybe you prefer to go to all fours. Inhale again, scooping the hips up into dog. And in your dog, you can take that pause, that walk from foot to foot. Whatever feels right. And then in the next breath or two, let's inhale it through. Forward fold. Letting everything hang. Subtle bend in the knees, letting the lower spine release. When we're ready, that slow inhale as we uncurl up to our stand. Rooting down through those feet. Just tuning into your breath as we find ourselves nice and tall. There we go. That's it. Shake off what we need. Roll of the shoulders, rotate of the wrists, maybe the ankles as well. And then settling it back down. We find ourselves tall, usual move. That slow inhale, that stretching up. Palms together and down through heart center to your exhale. Twice more. Just feeling the lift in the chest as you rise up. Now, third time, we can do it with a back bend if we like. Inhaling up, but let's sigh the breath away. As we inhale back. And down. Back to our standing. And then we're going to have a little bit of fun. It's a bit of a test of the coordination as well. So we've done this before. We're going to work into eagle. So let's inhale, arms out, shoulder height. Now before we move, let's just reach them out. Exhale, one elbow on top of the other. Now those palms might wrap around the back of the palms, or maybe a hug. But we're not holding tonight. Just reaching back out. And then let's send the other elbow on top. Inhale, wrapping or wherever this side goes. As we reach out, now here's the coordination. Can we start to speed this up? Oh, first elbow on top, if you can remember what one that is. Feeling the stretch across the upper back as we go to the second side. Now, I always compare this when you try and do it fast, as trying to say red lorry, yellow lorry. Can we go faster? You don't have to, it's all your choice. Can we remember what was the last one? That's taught this in classes this week. It's actually very good to watch on Zoom as well. Now when we do the second side, let's just make this one our last. As we reach it out and chances are those shoulders probably want a really nice sugar round shake off. Lovely. And then let's get ready. Warrior 2. So it doesn't matter where we are in the mat. Finding ourselves long. Stepping one leg forward. To bring these hips to the side or just slightly off. Back toes in, front toes forward. Inhaling tall. As we exhale. This bend of the front knee. Again, taking that peak or that knee and ankle in alignment. As we inhale, lifting this chest. Now this is up to you. Your shoulders are maybe still a bit achy. You can inhale the arms out to shoulder height if you want, or if they are, just keep the hands on the hips. But wherever we are, can we take a look over these front fingers? So each inhale, feeling that chest expand. Do we exhale, lowering a little more? Working this rhythm with each breath. As we inhale, lengthening the front leg, sending these arms down. Let's just send both of the toes wide for a wide-legged forward fold. These hands on the hips. Exhale, tapping forward. Our halfway point. Breathing in a little more length. Not exhale and release. That easing of this lower back. Stretching the back of the legs. Head hanging nice and loose. And slowly inhale as we uncurl back up to our stand. Nice and tall. Now, we have two options. We can go straight into warrior on the other side. You will be facing the other way, but I can talk you through it. The back toes are now your front ones. The front ones are now the back. Or you can reset the position if you prefer. So same as before, hands on hips, breathing in tall. Exhale, that bending of the front leg. Taking that peak, that ankle and knee in alignment. That's it. And if you want, inhaling these arms up, shoulder height. As we take that look over the front fingers. Holding the position on this side. Observing the difference. Tuning into that breath. The expansion of the chest as if it's reaching to the tips of the fingers. And the exhale to be maybe lower a bit more. Don't force it if it's not happening. Is that back arm still up at shoulder height? And when we're ready, inhale again, lengthening the front leg, lowering the arms, just zigzag these feet back in, or take a big step if you prefer. Now rotating around of ankles and wrists if you want. As we get ourselves ready for our balance. So just rooting these feet down, brilliant. Get yourself set up at the wall if you want. Nice and planted through the feet. As we settle these toes, so just inhale, just lifting all the toes up. And exhale, just spreading them all down. You can repeat once more. Lovely. Ready to balance. So inhale as we lift the heel up, the heel that's away from the wall. They come onto the toes, maybe bringing this knee up in line with the hips. A subtle bend in the standing leg. If you're still here, exhaling it out to the side, you have the wall or the arm as a balance. And maintaining this lift in the chest. And if we're ready, tucking the toe, the heel in, whether it's high or low. And only when you found the stillness. Inhale, reaching the arm up. Exhaling down to heart center. If you're holding the wall, resting that palm on the opposite shoulder. It's allowing the shoulders to drop. With each inhale, finding the lift. We exhale, just rooting down through the standing foot. It's tuning in to your breath, your rhythm. And that mind calm and still. And when we're ready, just exhale, slowly back down. Planting these feet to get ready for the other side. Adjusting if you need. When you're ready with those feet planted, let's inhale as we lift the opposite heel up. They come on to the toes. Maybe that knee comes up in line with the hips. Now lift in the chest. Exhaling that knee out to the side. And if you've found your balance, tucking that heel in to wherever it goes. Taking your time between each step. If we're ready, that inhale reaching up. And exhaling it down, heart center, or that palm on the opposite shoulder. So repeat on this side. Finding that calm and stillness here. Rooting down through this standing foot. And when you're ready, just exhale. Slowly slowly back down. As we get ready to come to the floor, via forward fold and downward, no. Yes, forward fold and then downward dog. So finding ourselves tall. As we exhale, tucking the chin, rounding the shoulders, bending the knees. As we uncurl, vertebrae by vertebrae. And releasing down, bit by bit. Making that space. Just hanging in the fold, finding the release. When you're ready, just inhale it through. Downward dog as we plant these palms, stepping the feet back. Letting that chest and head just sink through. Either enjoying the stillness or having that walk from foot to foot. And then the next breath or two, just think about coming through via all fours as we sink back into our child. Melting to the floor. Settling here. Easing, relaxing. Tuning into the breath. Observing where we've worked. Just finding that calm and stillness. And when you're ready, just inhale. Through to our all fours. Just doing what feels right. Whether it's circling around the hips. Bring the shoulders and back into it as well. So similar to our circle cat. With just nice, loose, free movements. Being sure that we're working evenly, going both ways. And when we're ready, we come back. Let's get ready to come to lie down. Anyway, maybe it's crossing the ankles. We roll over. Scooting to the front of the mat. And that last little bit of work for the core. So with a loose bend in these knees, spine straight. Let's inhale these arms up for balance. We exhale. Peeling down. Vertebrae by vertebrae. And when we're down, just having a loose bend of these knees, ready for pelvic tilting. With the palms by the side. That inhale, so that gentle push through the feet. As we exhale, repeating breath by breath. So in the inhale, as those hips lift up just a smidge. And as the exhale back down. As we inhale up, that small curve of the lower spine flattens in the mat. As we exhale down, that natural curve returns. And when we next exhale down, leaving the hips here, let's bring these arms back out to shoulder height for a brief twist again. As we exhale, letting these knees just nice and loose, just fall to any side. Maybe you take a look over the opposite shoulder, only if it's comfortable for you. Settling into the twist here, as we tune into the breath. And let's move to the other side. Inhale to center. And let's exhale over. And release around on this side. Inhaling again to center. As we hug these knees in, very briefly. A quick rock if you like. And then let's inhale these arms and legs up into the air. You can have a rotate, shake around of the feet and wrists if you want. And then let's inhale these arms through the legs. So we take a hold of the outer edges of the feet, drawing the knees out and up. Rocking or still. And then from here, you can just come down to find your comfortable relaxation position. Whether the knees are bent or straight, arms by the side, or just resting on the body. And settling, relaxing, tuning into our breaths, observing this nice, slow and relaxed quality. With each inhale, it's observing as you draw in that energy and white light. With each exhale, releasing any tension or stress. And let's draw this attention around the body. Healing energy, exhale and release. As we start at the crown of the head. Forehead. Eyes and nose. Mouth and cheeks. Chin, jaw and ears, front and back of the neck, collarbone and shoulders, elbows, wrists, front and back of the palms, fingers and fingertips, front of the chest, upper back and shoulder blades, mid-chest and ribs, and the mid-back, tummy and lower back, hips and pelvic floor, thighs, knees, calves and shins, and ankles, heels, balls of the feet, toes, and the whole body. And the whole body. The whole body. Near time, as we draw ourselves back to this moment, hearing the sounds and the air touch our skin, we can begin to wiggle the toes and fingers. So make small movements. And if we like, inhale as we hug these knees in towards the chest. And a brief rock if we like. We're enjoying that stillness. And then, in our own time, exhale to rolling over to any side. A brief moment of pause. And then lifting ourselves up to our comfortable seated position. As we find that spine long and light. And that chin tucks at the back of the neck is long. Observing that breath just one last time. As we inhale, reaching up, exhaling it all down to heart center. And we bow our heads. Namaste.